Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be channeling messages from you, so let's just get right into it. Alright, so the back of the deck energy is justice. Justice is coming for you. And with the moon on the other side, it's showing that this has to do with your emotions. This has to do with how you feel internally, what goes on behind the scenes that no one knows about. Okay, so there's justice coming to that. So it's going to be a kind of a quiet justice where you're going to be able to kind of move ahead without really getting too much attention. With the page of Lunga, which Lunga, what is that again? That is matters of the mind. And so the page shows a bit of idealism, shows a bit of hopefulness for the future. He's in the clouds, he's thinking about what's ahead, right? But it being in reverse, for some reason, I didn't want to look at it in reverse. Like my brain just went straight to interpreting it as upright. And so maybe you guys want to be in this more lighthearted, open energy, but because of what's going on behind the scenes, it's really difficult to kind of just really feel like you have it together, okay? Mentally, it doesn't feel like you have it together, like you don't have all the answers necessary, but Spirit is coming in with that missing piece for you. You're going to get to have mental peace and clarity once again, okay? And yeah, like with the spaghetti, it's showing that like Spirit is giving you what is necessary so that you don't feel like you're left out in the cold, even if things are changing, okay? And with the Three of Korta, Korta is of the Spirit, matters of the Spirit. 3 represents expansion, growth, anticipation. Yeah, so there is an anticipation for this future. I think you're just a bit scared. I think you're just a bit nervous, right? Because we've been in this energy for so long in our emotions and how we've been feeling about our life that maybe we haven't been that active in it, right? And yeah, with the Death card, she's crying heavily over her lost one. And so maybe there has been new bright days, but just as equally as there's the sun, there's also the moon. And so just as things are looking up for you, you can't help but also look at what has gone wrong. And this is simply not to diminish how you feel or anything. It is simply to show you that, you know, you can coexist in joy and peace and still have these emotions, okay? As long as we keep moving forward with the Knight of Ripiena, I don't really know. It means cups, I believe, in this. Matters of the heart, yeah, so cups. Lavishment, seduction, manners. Okay, you're definitely heading towards a more lavish lifestyle with this Juliette card. Little Juliettes everywhere. Honestly, she was such an icon growing up with it's the Romeo and Juliet where it's her and Leonardo DiCaprio as the stars. And ever since I watched that movie, I don't know, I still think about her and her fit, like her little angel fit sometimes. I'm like, oh my gosh, goals. But every time Halloween comes around, I just casually forget about it. So you may not be feeling like you are truly that confident in yourself right now. Maybe you don't feel like you are deserving to bask in this energy of lavish lifestyle. Maybe you grew up and the people around you were heavily like, they heavily pedestalized luxury brands, right? And so you kind of grew up like not really caring about it. But now Spirit is like, hey, like if you want the upgrade in lifestyle, like it doesn't have to be expensive brands, but there is something that's expensive about it, which could be like a home. It could be like, assets. It's not necessarily something you can boast about, but it's definitely something that's going to set you up. And so even if you are against like the loud luxury kind of lifestyle, realize that luxury can come in many volumes. And so what you're going to be experiencing is quiet luxury, the kind where you just get to live lavishly without worrying about how others perceive it, because you're quiet about it, because you're doing your thing and you're not going to boast about how much you are making, how much you're traveling, whatever you're doing. You're not going to be boasting about any of it. In fact, like if you're going to travel, you're going to take a lot of pictures, sure, but you're not going to post them until like maybe whenever you feel like it, like people don't know, people are not going to know what you're up to until like months later. And this is on purpose. Spirit wants you to know that this life where others have had their hands like all over your life, they will not be able to, because they do not control, they don't have that type of control anymore. Maybe they did before with your finances, right? But now that you're coming into your own, you are not tied to them anymore. You are your own person, you and your journey. No one needs to approve of what you do, right? And no one needs to even know what you're doing. You're just going to be living. You're just going to be experiencing. And that's going to be very, very beneficial to you, because people have had their hands in your life. They really try to make you go certain ways that you never saw yourself going, make you do certain things that you never wanted to do, making yourself feel in ways that you've never wanted to feel about yourself. And if everything is claimed to be out of good faith, know that it harming you, that is not out of good faith. Yeah, sometimes people make mistakes, but when they intentionally harm you, berate you over and over again, when you give them chances to show that they have become a different person, they kind of only double down. When you're in that kind of energy with those kind of people, you're never going to feel like you deserve anything. That's why when we talk about spiritual matters, a lot of the times there is a lot of isolation. The hermit mode is so necessary, and I'm sure you know this, but in order to feel good about yourself, you had to remove yourself from the people that simply wanted you off of your throne. They didn't want you sitting in your authority. They did everything to make sure that you never felt like you deserved to sit in your own seat. Those kind of people are gone. They are leaving with this death card. They are no longer allowed to have access to you because they have misused their access. And yes, people can do that. A lot of times they do. Okay? They misuse the access that you gave them and mistook your energy and your blessings as theirs. They saw what you were capable of doing, achieving, getting in this life, receiving, and they wanted it for themselves. But instead of wondering, oh, how can I get there in my own way, they knew what steps that you had to take to get to your blessings. And instead of being like, okay, let's help her get here so that we can all share the blessings. No, what they wanted to do was, if I can't have the blessings, neither can you. And that's where spirit got furious. That's where your spirit guides drew the line. And that's when they started experiencing their own issues to the point where they can't pay attention to you. They can't mess with you because they're so focused on what's going on in their life. And it's not like we curse them. It's not like we've put them into this situation. They put themselves into that position. The choices that they made led them to where they are now. The choices that they made towards you led to how you feel about them now. Because you have been more than generous, you have been more than kind, you have been more than patient with these people. And spirit is coming in with such strong energy to really drive in that point that you do not need to feel bad. You don't. Because they have tried to mess with you over and over and over again. And spirit has been telling them, hey, knock it off. I know what you're doing, knock it off. But they don't, right? They just keep coming at you with the same BS, with the same harmful behaviors over and over again, knowing that it's harming you, but they don't care, because as long as you're not sitting in that throne that they know they don't have access to, they still feel good about themselves. Because they think of you so highly, and if you're in the same position as them, they can somehow delude themselves into thinking that you guys are of the same caliber. And I can safely say that you are not of their caliber. You have made choices to consistently grow. You've made choices to heal, to love, to not harm others in ways that you have been harmed. And your spirit guides have seen that. I'm really moved right now to the point where I'm like tearing up. But it's so important that you understand this is justice for what you've been through. This isn't a silly little, a little tit for tat. This isn't just to make it even. This is a big one. This is the one that's like, no, get on your throne. You're there. You are so ready to be this queen. Okay? You are in control of your emotions. You're in control of your blessings. You're in control of how you feel about yourself. You are not allowing others to make you feel any way about you that you do not agree with anymore. Because you know the universe is blessing you now. And maybe you've been feeling bad about moving away from the people that were of your past. But Spirit has been reminding you consistently through at least my readings how much pain you have endured because of these people refusing to just choose to be a loving human being. They decided to be harmful, and you had to deal with the consequences of that. And unfortunately, that means for them that they don't get to come with you. They completely, oh my gosh, they went against the universe's wishes. They knew what you were destined for. They knew you were meant for something bigger, and they decided to tear you down anyways. They decided to make it harder for you. Existing is already hard enough because we have to come in face to face with these people that would rather just break us down, harm us, try to, they just wanted you off this pedestal that they put you on. Isn't that a wild thing? They put you on a pedestal. They wanted to be like you. They saw what was in you, and they wanted to emulate that. And so they put you on a pedestal to try to kind of, imitate, to kind of get the same result. But what they quickly realized was that you are of another type. You are here for a special mission. You are here for a reason. And they knew it, and you knew it. And so a lot of this harmful behavior probably happened when you were a kid. They tried to get you while you were young, before you could develop your own sense of purpose, before you could even understand your personality. They were quick to judge you. They were quick to call you names. They were so quick to just demolish any like positive thing you had about you, by never complimenting you, by never supporting you when it came to the things that you loved, by never showing that compassion, by never showing that care towards what you care about, right? And so these people, they're leaving. I don't even feel their energy anymore. It is completely gone. And it's good, because you're going to be entering this lifestyle that they would have died for. That's what they were after. They would have pretty much like done anything for. Because to them, what you are receiving is lifelong goals. Okay? But you're receiving it at such a young age. And what they fail to see is that it's because you have worked on yourself, because you have been true to you. You've been listening to your own intuition. You developed your own guidance system so that you could be led to the most opportune timeline for you. Right? The timeline that has so many good opportunities lined up for you, because even if you don't take one, there's another one, right? That's what you've been focusing on, aligning yourself to your most opportune timeline, and now you're going to receive the blessings for it. And regardless if the people of your past can see it or not, Spirit is saying that you deserve this. Please understand that you deserve this. Don't let their words get to you. Don't make them make you believe that you don't deserve what you're about to get, because that's the only thing that can stop these blessings from really coming in. Actually, at this point, they can't be stopped, but you could enjoy them more. You could enjoy them more by simply realizing that you have done the work, that you do deserve this, that it is your justice. Okay? This is balancing out the scales of your life. The actions of others, everything you've had to endure, this is a big one with the justice coming out. This isn't just a Two of Pentacles, okay? That's not just a little balancing act. No, this is the scales of your heart. Your heart goes from a heavy heart to a balanced heart, okay? Because you're no longer putting all of that weight onto you. You realize that, you know what? That other stuff, the things that I'm worrying about when I'm leaving these people behind, they carry it. They can carry it because they can reflect and they can learn why they're not going to enjoy what I'm about to enjoy. And it's not because I am, I as in you, it's not because you're trying to withhold from them. You simply know that they would use you. If you open that line to them, they would just siphon from you. They would not be appreciative. They would just simply see it as payback, as like, if it's your parents, they may see it as like, oh, well, good. Like, I spent all the money raising you, so now you can give back to me. Right? And maybe other parents don't really see anything wrong with that. But in this day and age, just being able to be successful itself should be celebrated and not siphoned immediately. Okay? And that's what they would do. And that's why Spirit never, ever let them see you in your wealth. Okay? It is not that you're unable to be wealthy. It is the fact that you were around people that would have used your wealth to the point where it dwindled down to nothing. They would have taken everything. They would have. And it still wouldn't have been enough for these people. Okay? So, wow, that was a really like heavy one. That was like such direct energy from Spirit. I have a bunch of different decks, oracle decks that I've made myself, and I'm just going to use it for this reading. I always burp during the readings. I know it's my throat chakra clearing out. Let's get a message for the collective. Whoever needs to hear this at the moment. Let's do this one. Your journey of healing will bring happiness and acceptance. Yes, so that's exactly where you're heading. You've healed so much, and so you are heading towards happiness, and there's just a bit of acceptance to have when it comes to how you see yourself. It's just really important to understand that, like, you're the reason why you're about to receive your blessings. No one else, okay? You cannot even put that on anyone else, because it was you that did the hard work the entire time. And it's important to, it's important to be humble, but it's important to not pass up the blessings that come your way. That's the whole point, right? Like, to use these blessings so that you can bless other people. Keep the blessings rolling, So let's get another one. You are ready to birth new ideas that will fulfill your emotional, physical, and mental needs. Okay, so yes, where you're heading is going to help you come up with new ideas that really, really fulfill you. Because we don't have the 10 of Cups in this spread. We have the Queen of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles. And so it's important to know that you are heading towards what will make you feel emotionally, physically, mentally fulfilled. Okay, so now is where that journey begins, which is lovely. Yes, I'm so proud of you. You're doing it. You're finally there. That's so cool. Regain your energy back and stop overthinking. So those are little reminders. Manifest anything. Okay, so it's time to really call back your energy, and this is only so that you can figure out what you really want to manifest. Okay, this time period where you're walking in your truth, you're gonna walk towards your manifestations, right? Like, she's staring at it, she knows where she's heading. You just need to regain your energy back by calling it back in, and that's going to help you stop overthinking, because your energy is with people right now. Your energy is spread out amongst the people of your past, because you're reflecting, you're doing your moon work, you're doing that shadow work, right? It's important to realize that the era that you're stepping into, there's not going to be a lot of downtime for shadow work. Like, it's not going to be like overthinking time all the time. Where you're heading, you need your energy with you at all times, because you are going to be constantly manifesting. Okay, you're going to be traveling, and I'm thinking Italy because this deck is Italian, and you'll be in Italy, you're going to be doing a thing, and then you're going to have this divine idea, this divine spark to go somewhere else, and then you're going to go there, and then you're going to have a spark to go do something, and then you're going to start embarking on that journey. And so realize that at this time, it is the beginning of your life, okay, of the life that you are creating, not the life that was dealt to you. This is the start of you creating your own life. You're the creator. You're not left up to the devices of the universe, okay? You're not left up to whatever forces you believe in, okay? Know that you are gaining your own. When you gain your energy back, you gain back your divine essence. You gain back that piece of divinity that is given to you, that is a part of you, that is you. Okay? I believe that we're all like a part of divinity, and we all embody a facet of divinity. And because when I was Christian, I used to believe that God was omnipotent, right? Just he was everywhere all at once. And to me, that means that in every single person that has a different view on life, because we all do, we all have experienced different things, that is just another part of divinity. That is just divinity experiencing life through you. That's what makes God omnipotent, right? That's what makes him everywhere all at once. It's in all of us, in the present moment, all at once. Okay, so I don't necessarily use like Christian terms anymore, but I do understand that like religions kind of follow the same kind of just faith in general, not even religion. It's just faith. We tend to have a very similar type of faith when it comes to energy outside of us. And so, yeah, even if I don't use the lingo, and even if I'm not of that religion, I have so much respect for it. And because I was once a part of it, you know, like I don't hate it at all. I don't think it's anything other than another expression of faith that is seen all around the world. Okay, so let's pull last cards. Be fair to yourself. Your inner dialogue matters when it comes to your perception of yourself. Yes, that's what this card has been all about. You need to be fair with the justice too. You need to be fair to yourself, your journey. You have done so much work, and it's important that you see it. Do not humble yourself to the point where you even lose that fire to defend yourself, because guess what? You deserve to be defended. You deserve to be seen. You deserve to have your story respected. Okay? Too many people have had their hands, have had their words in your own life. And you know that. You know that. And so it's time to be fair to you. If you want the universe to be fair, you got to be fair to yourself first. And it starts with your inner dialogue. What are the limiting things that you keep saying about yourself? How do you see yourself? Why question it? Why do I limit myself like this? What makes me feel like I cannot achieve? And then just keep deep diving into that. Go into your emotions, figure it out, because you need to start being fair to yourself. You can't keep talking to yourself like this. You can't keep minimizing your achievements. You can't keep trying to put on this humble front when you know you're the ish. Okay? If you know you're the ish, start acting like it so people know how to treat you. That's it. That is literally it. It's not to become cocky. It's not to become like, like overdoing it. Although I highly recommend you start overdoing it, because I don't think you're doing enough. I'm just kidding. Time for acceptance. The peace and space it creates will allow you to thrive. Okay. Yes, it's time to accept that you have bloomed. It's time to accept that you are not who you used to be. You are not the narrative of other people. You are not your past. You are you. Undefinable. Okay? You're undefined. You're full of this pure potential energy. You have reclaimed so much of yourself. And that fire that would normally be thrown at other people so that they can see you how you see yourself, it's time to accept that maybe they won't. And maybe that's part of their thing. Like they will not accept who you are because they just cannot, because they don't want to. And once you realize they don't want to, well, you're just like, well, then so be it. So be it. If you don't want to accept me as I am in my fullest form, then I will simply just leave. Okay? And that's you choosing your peace. That's you choosing to create a space where you are seen for you, by rejecting those that don't want to see you for you. Okay, so I think that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for being here. I know it was such a heavy-handed reading, but I think we needed this reminder. I needed this reminder too. Okay, so at the same time, I'm like kind of being hard on you. Like I'm feeling hard on myself too, but you know, sometimes spirit just needs to come in with this energy so that you are fully aware that you are worthy of what is to come. No more doubting, no more second guessing, no more believing other people over yourself, okay? It's time to believe in yourself because you're about to embark on your journey of self. This is the life, like if you were going to write an autobiography, the childhood was like the first couple chapters, okay, just the preface. And now you're actually getting into the meat of your story, okay? This is what's going to really, this is what you're going to remember more throughout your life, okay? So I hope that this reading helped you in any way. If it did, go ahead and give it a like. Hype up the video too if you'd like, and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.